Hey, it's your boy Shaun, and welcome to Sportcars from the Hood. And on today's episode, I have affordable sports cars that you might have forgotten about. Now, this is my second try of doing this because I got kind of long-winded with the last one. It was going longer than it needed to, and I figured people just wanted to cliff those virgins. So I'm gonna get to the point, but before that, if you like this channel and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification, because it really helps the channel, and share the videos if you really want to see this channel grow and blow up, because that's really what I'm trying to do. And I would appreciate it if you guys would do that for me. You guys are really helping with the growth of the channel. We're trying to do big things out here. And with that said, let's start the episode. And first, I want to start out with the Cadillac XLR. Now, for some of you, you know that this car came out around the same time as the C6 Corvette. It had the same chassis, and they're basically the same car, except with the Cadillac differences, and some of those differences are pretty major. And the major differences is the engine. This car has the Cadillac North Star engine, and some of you might know that engine is pretty much one of the worst engines ever developed. I don't know what the main problem is. I just know from experience. My family owns a Cadillac STS, and the engine is shot to hell blue, and it didn't have that many miles on it. The car engine just decided it was gonna die, and that's a major problem with one of these cars. I also hear that the weather stripping costs a lot of money to repair, and so does the hard top roof. So if you're gonna get into this car, make sure you find one that has all those problems already fixed, because it's not gonna drive up the price of the car. It's gonna cost you less of a headache and less out of pocket to fix it. So if you can find a car, this car that is, you know, well maintained and has all of its problems fixed, then it's the perfect little sports car for you to get into. And next we have the Mitsubishi 3000 GT / Dodge Stealth. Now, some of you may know this car was a complete beast back in the day. It had well over 300 horsepower and was plenty damn fast. Now, you have to remember that the base model of this car only has 100 and something horsepower, so it's not gonna be the same experience. In my opinion, the 3000 GT looks better than the Dodge Stealth. I don't know, some people might not be able to tell the difference, but something about the Stealth throws me off. I just don't like the way it looks. I prefer the 3000 GT. For those that are really interested in buying one of these cars, one thing to look out for is the interior is going to be beaten to hell. The car is going to be beaten up. This is going to be a lot of guys' first sports car, and a lot of people don't treat their first car very well. There's going to be high mileages. The interior is going to look like there's been a farm of animals living inside of it. It's going to be disgusting. And if you can find one with a low mileage and a nice interior, I would look to get into it. But if you're going to find a really nice, well-preserved version of this car, it's going to be up there in the price, and I say it's not really worth the $30-something thousand that some guys are going to be asking for. You get a more modern sports car for that. You can put a down payment on a Corvette for all that, and it'll be a better buy than this. But if you don't have that kind of money and you want something that's got speed and power, then this is the perfect car to get into, especially later years down the line. Next on today's list is the Hyundai Genesis Coupe, and this is going to be the most modern car on today's list. So it's going to have a lot more features than the other cars, a lot more safety features than the other car, even though I can't list them all because I don't know them all. And this is going to be more about the first generation Genesis Coupe, even though you can find an affordable second generation coupe, and those cars are more powerful. Now, I've looked to see what some of the issues that owners for this car have. I've seen some of them saying the early models, first generation models, are low on power, which they are, and that there's some fitment issues, and the sunroof kind of rattles sometimes, and the interior is not of the best quality. But then again, you do get what you pay for. This car was very affordable when it came out, which is why it's so affordable now. And from what I understand, the modding community for this car is pretty decent. Of course, it's not on the same level as a Honda or Subaru, but it is there for those that really want to mod their cars. And don't expect reliability to be on the same level as the Japanese automakers. It won't be, but this car is still pretty good for what it is, and it's going to be the most affordable car to maintain on today's list, which makes it the most desirable. And next up, we have the BMW 8 Series. Now, they just brought the 8 Series back to market after being dormant for almost 30 years. And the new 8 Series is amazing looking, but the old 8 Series was pretty good looking back then as well. I remember seeing this car on Top Gear a few years ago. I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was a lot. And they basically bought this car for the same purpose as this video, to show that you can still look rich with a, very affordable car. And a lot of people thought this car was worth more than it actually was cost, which leads me to the main problem with this car: the maintenance. This car is going to cost a lot of money to maintain, especially if you don't driving around with the V12. V12s aren't, normal, that you don't see them every day. And it's going to cost a lot of money to get those parts, especially if you're getting them for BMW, because I doubt there's any aftermarket company that's making parts for a 8 Series that's almost 30 years old. It's just not happening. So the maintenance on these cars is going to be a lot. There's a useless analog phone in the car. I don't know why they thought that would be the perfect place to put a phone in a sports car like this, but they did it, and it's useless. You might as well just forget about trying to call anybody on that dinosaur of a phone. But yeah, the maintenance on these cars are high. The car is excellent looking, it's beautiful. The interior is probably going to be beaten up too, because the car is also pretty old. The transmission is probably also on the way out. So this car might look amazing, as some of you might have forgotten it was a thing, and the brand new one is out and it's super expensive. But if you can't afford that brand new one, and you want to drive one of these for a little bit, then yeah, you can get one for around $8,000 to $12,000. Just be prepared to spend another $5,000 or $6,000 getting this car up to snuff. Last but not least, we have the Maserati Coupe. Now, I must say that I've forgotten this car was a thing. It wasn't on the market that long, and before I knew it, was being replaced with the Gran Turismo. With 380 horsepower, this car has plenty power and plenty speed, and it has a Ferrari built engine. This is the same V8 that you can find in the Ferraris of that same era. Matter of fact, a version of this engine can even be found in the Ferrari Alitalia. That's how long this engine lasted, and as Ferrari will tell you, that is an award-winning V8. And in lies the problem with this car. With that Italian engineering comes Italian maintenance. This car is expensive to maintain, and with the Carbo, Corsa, and CC, because I might have just butchered that, comes a lot of problems. The clutch life on those geared transmissions do not last. You have to get a PPI, especially if you're looking to buy one of those with the automatic, to check the clutch life on this car, because that can be extremely expensive. Everything about this car is extremely expensive to maintain. Though it may be an affordable car, be prepared to spend that Italian money just to maintain it. And with that said, I like to bring this video to a close. Even though this was supposed to be the Cliff Notes version of this video, it's still pretty damn long. And if you made it to the end, I would like to thank you, because you are a winner. What do you win? Nothing, because I have nothing to give you but more videos if you subscribe to the channel if you want to. And you know, I really like to thank you guys for sticking in there with me. It's been a minute since I put a video out. I've been planning to make this video for a while, got kind of sidetracked. I'm trying to buy a new car, an affordable car, because my credit is terrible. And I also want to buy a home. I'm at the age where I should be buying houses and starting a family, but you know, I have to save the money, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay focused on that while trying to come up with ideas for videos for this channel. So you have to forgive me if I'm away for a while. Got a lot of things planned out in my life, and I'm trying to get it together. So if you like this video, like the video. If you want to see what I got planned next, come see what I got planned next. I got a lot in store for this channel, and I really want you guys to be there with me. With that said, I'll catch you next time.